The Galactic Council chambers fell silent as Eva stepped through the crystalline archways for the last time. Her boots echoed against the polished floors of a hall that had witnessed 10,000 years of diplomatic negotiations. Today, it would witness something unprecedented: humanity's departure. Ambassador Eva, Speaker Zinthorus's voice resonated through his translator implant, his three eyes blinking in what the humans had learned to recognize as confusion. Surely you cannot be serious. The Council has stood for millennia. No species has ever walked away. Eva finished, her voice calm but carrying an edge that made the assembled representatives shift uncomfortably. That's because no other species has been subjected to what we have endured. Beside her, Liam activated the holographic display. Images flooded the chamber. Human colonies burned by Krellian raiders while the Council debated jurisdiction. Human merchant vessels seized by the Vendoth Collective while the Council formed investigative committees. Human scientists whose discoveries were stolen. Their patents dissolved in bureaucratic red tape that somehow only entangled human innovations. For 73 years, Eva continued, walking among the seated representatives. Humanity has brought grievances before this council. 73 years of your committees, your subcommittees, your working groups and task forces. And in all that time, how many of our complaints were resolved? Silence, I'll tell you. Liam spoke for the first time, his voice cutting through the tension. 0, not 1. Meanwhile, when the Thraxian Empire filed a complaint about human ships entering their spaceships that were fleeing a supernova, this council sanctioned us within 48 hours. The Thraxian delegate, a being of crystalline structure, dimmed slightly their equivalent of shame. We joined this council believing in something greater, Eva said, stopping at the center of the chamber. We believed that intelligence, regardless of origin, could unite for common prosperity. We were wrong. You need us. The Vendoth representative stood, its tentacles writhing with agitation. Human technology, human trade routes, human resources. Eva's laugh was bitter. Yes, that's all we've ever been to you. A resource to be exploited. When we needed protection, you debated. When you needed our quantum drives, our medical advances, our agricultural innovations, those you took freely. Speaker Zinthros leaned forward. Ambassador, perhaps we have been slow to address your concerns, but abandoning the council is not the answer. Let us negotiate. Name your terms. Eva exchanged a glance with Liam. For a moment, something passed between them, not just the professional understanding of fellow diplomats, but the weight of a decision that would reshape the galaxy. Our terms. Liam pulled up another display. 3 months ago, we submitted Proposal 7724, asking for equal protection under Council law. It was denied. 2 months ago, we requested investigation into the Krellian raids, pending. Last month, we asked for recognition of human patent law, under review. He paused. Yesterday, we withdrew all proposals. What do you want? Zinthros demanded, his composure cracking. Nothing, Eva said simply. We want nothing from you anymore. Humanity is leaving the Council, effective immediately. We're withdrawing from all treaties, all trade agreements, all mutual defense pacts. The chamber erupted. Representatives from 100 worlds began speaking at once, their translators creating a cacophony of panic. Through it all, Eva and Liam stood unmoved. You're committing economic suicide, the Nexarian trade minister shouted. Eva smiled, but there was no warmth in it. Let me tell you what happened during those 73 years while you ignored us. We built, while you debated which committee should handle our requests for fair trade practices. We established independent human colonies outside Council space. While you discussed whether our ships deserved protection, we developed weapons that make your fleets look primitive. While you stole our technology, we created innovations we never shared with you. The chamber fell silent again, this time with dawning realization. Liam continued. The quantum drives you use, Generation 3, we're on Generation 7. The medical scanners in your hospitals. We've developed treatments that make them obsolete. Your agricultural systems that use our techniques. We've solved food scarcity entirely. And most importantly, Eva said, her voice dropping to barely above a whisper, forcing everyone to lean in. While you built a council that protects the powerful and ignores the weak, we built something else. An alliance of species you deemed too primitive for council membership. The Kalish, whose homeworld you abandoned when the Krellians invaded. The Torvians, whose petition for membership you've denied for 3 centuries. The Urati, whose resources you take while refusing them representation. You're forming a rival council. Zinthris's voice held something new. Fear. No, Liam said. We're forming a coalition. One where every species, regardless of their military power or economic influence, has an equal voice. Where justice isn't subject to committee approval. Where protection isn't negotiable. Eva turned toward the exit. Humanity is done begging for scraps from your table. We're leaving, and we're taking our allies with us. Wait. Several voices called out simultaneously. Eva paused at the threshold, looking back over her shoulder. Save your words, speaker. You had 73 years to listen. Now, you can watch. As they walked through the crystalline archways, Liam murmured, "They're going to panic." "Let them," Eva replied. "They built a system that only works for the powerful. They're about to learn what happens when the exploited stop accepting exploitation." Behind them, the council dissolved into chaos. Representatives shouted over each other, some demanding humanity's return, others calling for sanctions, still others beginning to calculate what a galaxy without human technology would mean for their worlds. But Eva and Liam didn't look back. In orbit above the council world, a fleet of human ships waited. Alongside them, vessels from 47 other species, the forgotten, the dismissed, the exploited. Together, they represented a third of the galaxy's population, united not by power, but by the simple desire for justice. As the ships activated their quantum drives, creating a light show visible from the planet's surface, the galaxy trembled, not from weapons or threats, but from the revolutionary realization that the powerless had found power in unity, and humanity, having spent 7 decades learning patience, was done waiting for permission to thrive. The stars awaited, and this time they would walk among them as equals or, not at all, the end.